Attention, Commanders fans. Today I've got news that's going to have you on the edge of your seat. Is the offense falling apart? Sure looks like it. And the first one to blame is clear. But who's really at fault for this rough start? Seems like the OC hasn't done any favors for our young star on the field, and this update has everybody talking. Stick around till the end to find out what's going down with the team's offensive moves and what might change in the coming days. But that's not all. Have you been wondering how they managed to shut down our star WR? The Bucs did it, and it wasn't just luck. Their coach has something to say about the strategy they used, and this could give us a clue about what's going wrong with our team. You don't want to miss this. We all know the next few weeks are critical, and if we don't adjust the offense, we could be in some real trouble. Stay tuned because the answer is coming up in just seconds. And finally, what we've all been dying to know. What does our QB think of his debut? He didn't hold back. After that tough loss, he admitted what many suspected: the execution's been a mess. But the real question is, can it actually be fixed? Will there be drastic changes in the lineup? You've got to see what he said about the immediate future. If you're a real fan, you know the clock's ticking, and this info could be the game changer for our season. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button, because this community is for true fans like you who live and breathe every play. And remember, hail to the Redskins. All right, let's get straight to the point. Commanders Nation, we've got something we need to talk about right now. What's going on with Cliff Kingsbury? The guy came to Washington with a reputation for running dynamic offenses. Gotta ask you this. Is he really doing what it takes to set Jaden Daniels up for success? Because after that first game, let me tell you, not looking good at all. Think about it. Daniels, our rookie quarterback, runs the ball 16 times. 16 times. That makes no sense. We're talking about a talented quarterback, sure, but you can't just send him out there running like he's a tank, in the style of Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen. What was Kingsbury thinking, putting him in that kind of danger? I'm telling you this. You can't design an offense where your QB is running every time the play breaks down. Reckless and frankly desperate. Now let me ask you this. Do we really want to risk Daniels like that? Because what I saw last Sunday didn't convince me at all. And let's talk about that ridiculous last play. The game was already lost. Down 37-14, 1 minute on the clock, and Kingsbury sends Daniels on another run. The guy had already gotten his helmet knocked off twice. What was he thinking? Sure, got the touchdown, but at what cost? Was it really necessary? I'm telling you no. That was pure frustration from Kingsbury, trying to squeeze something positive out of a blowout loss. And that, my friends, is what worries me. When your offensive coordinator starts making decisions like that, it's because he's losing control of the situation. Now here's what really frustrates me. We've got guys like Terry McLaurin, Austin Eckler, and Zach Ertz, and we're not using them to their full potential. How is it possible that these players aren't the focal point of our offense? Kingsbury seems so obsessed with having Daniels run that he's forgetting the basics. Use your best players when it matters most. Let me tell you something. This keeps up, we're going to have some serious problems this season. And I'll tell you more. We've got the New York Giants coming up, a team that swept us last season. It's not going to be easy. And here's the real question. Will Kingsbury make the necessary adjustments? Is he going to stop forcing Daniels to be more of a runner than a passer? I don't know about you, but I've got serious doubts. Because what we saw in Week 1 was simply unacceptable. Now I gotta ask you, Commanders fans, do you think Kingsbury is the right guy to lead this offense? Because in my opinion, if we don't see a drastic change soon, we're in for a long season. How many more games are we willing to watch this kind of decision-making? Because I'm telling you this, if we keep putting Daniels in danger like this, things are going to go downhill. What's going on with the Commanders' offense? Because let me tell you, if Terry McLaurin isn't getting the ball, we've got a problem. And that's exactly what happened in the first game against the Bucs. Only 4 passes thrown to McLaurin. 4. And just 2 receptions for 17 yards. Is that how we're supposed to maximize our top receiver? Don't make me laugh. Now I'm wondering, why the heck aren't we designing more plays for McLaurin? He's a guy who can change a game in seconds. And listen to this. Todd Bowles, the Bucs' coach, said it loud and clear. We had to pay attention to McLaurin. We couldn't let him win the game in 2 seconds. What's that telling me? That other teams already know how to stop us. They'd rather see our QB, Jaden Daniels, run around like a madman than give the ball to McLaren. And I'm telling you, how is it possible that our team isn't prepared for this? It's basic. Kingsbury, you've got to do something. So what was the Bucs' plan? Let Daniels run, and worked. Daniels ended up with 88 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. But watch out, the Bucs weren't worried about that. They wanted to keep McLaren from getting the ball. Boy, did they succeed. I ask you, true Commanders fans, is it enough for our quarterback to run so much while our best weapon is completely shut down? I don't think so. Let's be clear. We need other receivers to step up. Daniels can't do it all on his own. If McLaren is being covered by 3 guys, someone else has to be open. I'm telling you, if we don't start involving others in the offense, we'll be seeing a lot more losses like this one. What did the Bucs do in the second half? They adjusted, of course. They started bringing more pressure with 5 men, and that made things even tougher for us. As Bowles said, they'd rather see Daniels run than let him connect with McLaren. And they succeeded. Now I'm asking, what's the plan for the upcoming games? Because if teams keep using the same strategy, we're going to be in serious trouble. Here's the reality, Commanders Nation. If we want to see Daniels succeed, we need to open up the field for McLaren. We can't just rely on Daniels' legs. That's not sustainable in this league. We need a better offensive plan. And I'm telling you, if we don't act fast, opponents are going to keep shutting us down. Look, what a painful defeat for our Washington Commanders. And I'm saying it straight up because, after all the hype and anticipation during the preseason, who expected a smackdown like the one we got from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? 37-20 loss that left many of us hanging our heads. But hold on, before you dive into criticism and pessimism, let me tell you this. Jaden Daniels, our rookie QB, didn't do too bad in his debut. But it wasn't enough, and that's what stings the most. How many of you think a better result was possible if the offense had been more effective? I'm telling you, yes. So what went wrong? Simple. 2 of 8 on 3rd downs. That's unacceptable. And Daniels knows it, which is why he humbly said, we need to execute better. And I ask you, is it just a matter of execution, or is there something more at play here? Because if you ask me, I think there's a chemistry issue. Sure, there were flashes. 184 passing yards, almost 90 rushing, and 2 touchdowns. But let's be real, QB can't win games alone. And this is where Cliff Kingsbury and his offense come in. Is he putting Daniels in the best position to shine, or are we seeing the first signs of a strategy that needs adjustments? I think it's the latter. And I don't want to take anything away from Tampa Bay, as Baker Mayfield and company did their thing. Couldn't we have made better use of the situation? They lost several defenders during the game. That was our chance. So why didn't we see the Commanders capitalize on those losses? It's frustrating, yes, but it's only the first game of the season. What's clear is that Dan Quinn, coach, already taking notes, and I'm telling you this. If we don't correct things now, rest of the season will be a steep climb. It's not all bad, friends. Daniel showed what he's made of. This kid's got leadership written all over him. It's a tough debut, sure, but what debut isn't? Despite the mistakes, the kid had flashes, and that gives me hope. He himself said, it's a long season. We'll learn from this. And I ask you, are you ready to support this team through that learning process? Because it's not over yet. We still have 16 games to show what we're made of. And if there's one thing I know, it's that this team has the potential to turn things around. All right, Commanders fans, this is your moment to join the conversation. Do you think Cliff Kingsbury needs to change his offensive approach? Or is this the right path for Jaden Daniels to develop as a quarterback? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because this discussion needs to happen right now. And now, I ask you again, is Kingsbury doing enough to maximize our offense's potential? Or are we falling short? This team has so much more to show, and I want to hear your perspective. Don't forget to subscribe for more analysis and exclusive news on our Commanders. Lastly, was the loss to the Buccaneers just a matter of execution? Or is our offense missing valuable opportunities due to strategic decisions? What do you think needs to change for this team to start winning for real? Drop your opinions in the comments and join our community to follow every step of the way. So, don't wait any longer. Subscribe to the channel and become part of this family that supports the Washington Commanders through thick and thin. Join us to discuss, analyze, and enjoy every moment of this season together. Remember, hail to the Redskins.